Well, howdy. Episode 4 of our new house here on the Double M Farm. And this is picking right up where episode 3 left off. Got a couple of questions and concerns about my safety, which I greatly appreciate because I am known to do stupid things. But we got the water line in. I've got the water on and been letting it sit for, I don't know, an hour or so before I cover it up just to make sure no leaks develop. A T right there. With flexible line like this black roll pipe, I always put dirt under the pipe to support it before I fill the trench in. And we got it running all the way up. Changes over right there to PVC and got a cut off there. Now I'm gonna have to take a pickaxe and make me a little trench to get a little bit further under the house. I couldn't quite reach under there without risking hitting the house or tearing the vapor barrier. So I'll cut that a little bit with a pickaxe and run a couple of 10-foot sticks of PVC on under there for the plumbers to tie the house into whenever they get here. God knows when that'll be. This is a slow process. It crawls. But anyhow, I had someone say, be careful, you're digging mighty close to a power line. And I guess what they saw was some red paint on the ground where I was digging. And what I did, I exposed my line here and lined up where I wanted to go. I put that valve box straight in front of that column on the house to make it easy to find should it get covered up. I'm going to measure out straight out from that column, and I'll always know that's where it is. It'll be, if we ever put a front porch on the house, it'll be under it, but that's all right. That'll help protect it. But what I did was I lined up, and I was out of white paint. So the only thing I had some spare of was red paint. So I just painted a line so that when I started digging, I could just follow that line and not have to keep turning around and looking to make sure I was staying straight. So if you saw some red paint, that's what it was. I didn't mind using red because I knew I was going to destroy it. I'll come back now and mark it with blue paint so everyone will know it's there during all this construction process. So I am dumb and stupid. I've done stupid things, but I was not digging on a power line. I'm not that stupid. I want to live long enough to at least spend the night in the new house. So that was what that was. Another thing I wanted to point out, I did a couple of videos on it, on the Harbor Freight trencher. And in case some of you are watching that hadn't seen it, when I'm trenching like that, if I'm not loading, like for instance, loading the dirt in dumpy, if I'm just trenching, there have been many people who have complained that the Harbor Freight trencher, the bucket doesn't curl far enough out that way to dig straight down. So what I did was I came in right here. This is the stock hole, and I drilled a new set of holes here about, I think it was 2 inches on center. And if you go in, you can see it just barely clears the cylinder. There's just enough space for it to clear the cylinder. So you could go a little bit shorter, but if you do, then it's going to hit, the bucket's going to hit the boom here, the dipper stick. But I did that, and when I'm trenching like that, I just move this pin from this hole to this hole, and that allows it to pull the bucket further when you retract it. So it swings it further this way, and as you can see, that's about max. I guess you can see the sun's tearing me up, but that's about max as far as you can go without hitting. But that allows the bucket, you can see it's pretty much straight now with the dipper. And so that allows you, as you swing it out, to kind of dig straight down. And it's a little faster, gives you a little more efficient digging. Now the problem with that is when you have a load of dirt and you curl the bucket under, it won't curl as far because you are shorter. You're shorter here, so it won't go as far. It's going further this way, it won't go as far this way. So what that means is if I have to pick it up high to like throw dirt in the back of the truck, I can't pick it up as high without spilling some dirt because the bucket won't curl as far. So if loading the truck is the priority on the job I'm on, I put it back in that hole. But if I'm just trenching and going to be throwing the dirt right back in the trench, I put it in that new hole. And it improves the angle, I guess is the best way to say it. of digging the trench or hole, like a post hole. If you want to dig a post hole, it'd be much more efficient in that new angle, that new hole, to dig a hole down for the trencher making, I guess you'd say, straight down digs. So I wanted to point those things out. Those are some things I had been asked about. Now I'm going to take the scrape blade and push this dirt in. It looks like it's been an hour and a half, close to 2 hours, and I haven't developed any leaks. And I think I've got my pipe supported well, so I'm going to push this dirt in and pack it. Then I'll run up to the store and get a couple lengths of PVC to run on through there, and I'll be done with my part, and then I'll be waiting on the contractors, who don't seem to be getting in a hurry. I wanted to be in the house like last week, but you know, it's been a month since the closing on the house, and this is as far as we are, so hopefully the process will speed up. They have other customers that they got to take care of too, and I understand that, but we are dealing with a medical emergency with my wife taking care of her mother, and I'd like to get them up here, and I'm going up and down the interstate helping her take care of her, and it's just been a lot, but I won't bother you with my problems. So I appreciate you joining us here on the Double M Farm once again, and we'll talk to you again real soon.